Episode 5, The Opportunist. And Chris, is this your favorite episode?
This is this and Dead Man's Game, which I think is episode 10,
Yeah, I think so. 9 or 10.
Yeah.
my favorite episodes. And the reason being is it's a lot of interaction between Cowboy and Lucky, and they actually sound like brothers.
Yeah.
A lot of the dialogue really sounds like two brothers who just going back and forth at each other. And I have probably one of my favorite lines is in this episode, and I'm gonna let y'all take it, and hopefully I'll be back by that line to point it out. But it's in the hallway with the door handle.
Oh, yeah.
So if I'm not, y'all point it out.
All right, there's Delia. And Hoke, you will be making your appearance again.
Yeah. Oh, there's Gary's Jeep in the back.
Yeah.
Long lost Jeep. I make an appearance.
was
Oh,
windy.
yeah, I do make an appearance.
It
in
was
this one.
windy.
I forgot about that.
It was windy. Now,
Very
here's,
windy
here's the
that
favorite
day.
part about this, about shooting here in Waco. We had to go to the city council
Yeah.
and tell them we were going to have a little shootout on the stairs.
Right.
And
Oh, she was so
was hot.
hot.
I
Oh
totally
my
agree.
God, she was hot.
we got to do a shootout on the stairs. Judge Lewis, big shout out to him for going,
Yeah.
just do it. Just get it done.
Now, we just said that the girl holding the mic was like hotter in person than she was here, and she's really hot here. So,
Yeah.
where did we get here? Wasn't she like a traveling
like
musician?
passing through, you
Passing
know, they
through.
were-
We don't even know who they are really.
No.
Chris got them somehow.
Chris found them. They posted the deal and they were coming through.
Yeah.
Oh, and
There's
if you
Timmy
guys-
who blew his brains out in the gold
Yeah,
rush. He's
you guys remember that?
he's alive again, so we can feel good about that.
And there's
there's
Madman.
Madman,
Yep,
different-
now she's a lawyer.
Yeah. See the girl in the white. Yeah, they're right there. That girl right there was like crazy hot.
Look at the
Is
press.
crazy hot. Here's Brad, one of the writers on the.
Brad wrote the movie and
original
the
movie.
web series, and there's Jeremy Dossie, who
That's right.
we
He's lost a lot of weight since
lost
then.
a lot of weight.
Wow.
We used him in Live or
Good
Die
job, Jeremy.
and Cowboy and Lucky.
And this
The movie.
was a bitch to edit. Why? Yet again, we didn't have probably about half the footage we
I
needed.
totally agree. We could have done a lot more.
We're so much smarter now on how much footage we need. We need.
Yeah, we could have went.
We should
we
have
had to do it 4 times, and we needed to do it 24 times.
Yeah, this is like brutal to edit. All these effects are like. These are. I think we edited this one before Gold Rush.
We did.
And this is the first chance we tried with like throwing in all these After Effects. So if it looks horrible, that's because it's the first time
Yeah.
we ever tried it. So, yeah,
There
those
it
are all
is.
too huge. That's
Yeah.
just horrible. That's bad. Oh well. Oh well. Live and learn. After Effects are tough to pull off.
There goes Kai.
Yeah, kind of goes running. We should have put in at least one shot where we used some practical effects of blood squirting on
I
somebody.
agree.
And I like how they just massacred all these people, and how the Cowboy remedies the situation with just a guitar.
Calls him Guitar Hero.
That was really big back then.
Yeah.
Now nobody ever even plays it, but that was like the big game back then, actually. Funny how that changes in 4 years. And like he just like all these people have been murdered. Let me just sit down on the bench, just take a breather.
Dub Rat. That's what I come check on.
Dub rat. See, this starts the whole obsession with the hooker.
Yeah.
See, and then we have some low dramatic shot.
There's the dead hooker.
This is now Lucky begins this whole series. All right, so this really begins the part 2 of his obsession with the dead prostitute. Or now she's dead. Well, she wasn't dead before, but
So the police have us.
this was hard for y'all to lie. I wasn't here that day, but I remember y'all talking about the lighting was really
Yeah.
difficult.
Well, we had to turn off the fluorescence, and we used our we didn't have our light kit yet, I don't think.
I don't know.
And we used the pan lights.
I know y'all shot this over on Lake Air Drive.
This
at
is at the old Cord building.
Cord building.
Cord building.
Because I had to be somewhere that day, and I wasn't there for a lot of this scene. I got here later during the shooting of this. I can't remember where I was, but this is this is really the first time that Cowboy, you can see, is not an idiot.
Yeah.
He does pay attention. He does observe. He knows that Lucky just gets too high strung, and you also can see as the audience that Cowboy just don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're a bad guy and you're not bothering him, he don't care about
Right,
you.
exactly right.
It's Lucky that makes them chase the bad guys down.
Yeah.
Cowboy just be happy to let you be bad and walk off and leave you alone.
I remember we hung our lapels.
Yeah.
We hung our lapels above us.
So this is 4 years ago.
Yes.
Now, you obviously both. Well, I can't tell about Chris. You were a little bit thinner then.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm probably.
What were you doing then? You ain't doing now.
I wasn't eating as much. I got to go back to not eating as much.
Now you were with Steph then, but y'all weren't married.
No, we were just hanging out.
Yeah.
We were hanging out.
So.
Not until after this series aired on TV
Yeah.
did we get together.
Where were you living then?
Me and Chris were living over there.
On his house?
Yeah.
When I came to edit, I don't think you were living there.
Yeah, remember at that point, me and Steph put our bed
Well,
right
that was
there.
after I got started. Before I got started.
Yeah, but me and Chris bought that house. Not bought the house,
Yeah,
rented
rented
that
it,
house
yeah.
since we got back.
That's right.
So,
See, this is basically the bathroom scene that's in the new movie.
is this scene?
Is pretty much this scene.
Yeah.
It's the difference between the two, where Lucky can't let stuff go, Cowboy can. Cowboy doesn't want to get him in trouble. Lucky's like, I don't care, it's the right thing to do. And they're opposites.
Oh, and by the way, I'm gonna drop me about 25
After watching this.
after watching myself, going, yeah, man,
The
you eating a little too much there, big boy.
the scene coming up with editing Brad, I remember we had issues with, because going light to dark, we had it here somewhat, but it's really difficult later. You have to understand, you guys light it. Well, you know as an editor, but the audience, I'm saying this for the audience benefit. You light it, you shoot it, but then when you go to edit it, if you haven't done it all properly, and
It's
stuff
totally
don't match.
yeah, it's hard to
doesn't work.
fix.
So this really was really difficult to put together. Lighting changes so much, and all these things. We got Armsteady, I think.
Yeah, he's back.
Armsteady, I think, is now in Dallas, right?
Yeah, he's in Dallas and filming.
He goes by a different name. I could not tell
Yeah.
you what it is. He's Armsteady.
Cowboy, he wants to get out, and Cowboy's trying to order a TV in bear claws.
Look at the ML on his shirt, medium large,
Yeah.
I guess. All right, still in the court building.
We're in the court building, which is supposed to be the courthouse, or like we're in jail. Oh,
Yeah.
we brought
Had an extra walkthrough, like. There we go. Comes the line that Chris
Yeah.
likes.
Oh, there's Hokey and Gary.
There's Gary and Oak. Yeah. Gary was so nervous
He was, yeah.
in that scene.
That took about
I wonder
3
why
or 4
Gary. Why was
takes.
Gary so nervous?
I don't know.
I wonder why
And-
Gary was so nervous.
He was way bigger back then.
Oh, dude, he's dropped what? 80 pounds?
Shoot,
60
He
pounds?
probably close. Yeah,
60, 80 pounds?
80, 60 pounds.
At least. See, I like the idea, and you see it here when he's talking about he wants to be the bad cop. And Cowboy lives in a fantasy world.
Yes, I totally agree.
In his mind, this is all fun,
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah, he's not about. Yeah, we're gonna find the killer, but you know what? I want to do this.
Right. All right, so that's Brad Holbrook. He wrote the first Cowboy and Lucky movie. He wrote the first web series. I think there was like 3 30-minute web series episodes. So he did a really good job here. I think as the cynical conspiracy hitman guy, and this scene there was very few times since I've known y'all. There've been very few times where I edited something y'all didn't like it. Y'all hated my first run at this because I was cutting it like really fast with different angles that y'all get shot, like kind of Oliver Stone style.
Yeah, because they did the. We didn't have enough room, and I remember when you wrote this, you specifically wanted the Steadicam going around the table.
Sure.
We did not have enough room
to do that. So I went with it. I was trying to go Oliver Stone, where you got all these different angles and cuts and sweeps and blah, blah, blah. And Russell, like I said, very few times, maybe like less than a handful of times, y'all said no. And y'all saw my first turn at this, and y'all were like, no. And I was like, okay, so we went and slowed it all down.
Yeah, and you know what? I think it's because I know you like him, and I do like Oliver Stone too. I just was thinking of the people in Bill Meade who wasn't going to understand anything.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, there is. That's the thing as a filmmaker, you have to take into account your audience.
But we should have went round and round because they all like NASCAR, so that would have been an easy deal.
Well, you have to take into consideration your audience. If you're making a local production like this, and you start trying to be too artistic or whatever, they're not going to have any patience for you because they're going to like, well, that's not like Hollywood. That's not like NCIS
that's not
or
what's
whatever.
on TV right now.
Yeah.
I remember we didn't have much room. Them ain't very big rooms. That's another reason why we cut all the lights off.
Yeah.
And
to hide it.
Just to hide it.
So you can still see some of the quick cuts and like the camera moving away. So we left a little bit of that there.
Yeah, totally agree.
But it was like the first one was like
it was back and forth.
5 times more than this. And I was just trying to play the whole, like if you saw JFK when like the fast cutting and they're talking about the whole conspiracies and stuff, that's what I was trying to go for.
Because that's what he's doing right here. I mean, that's what Brad's
laying out
telling
the whole
story,
thing,
the plot,
the whole conspiracy type thing. He did a really good job.
I think he did too. I liked it.
I mean, I bought him as, like I said, the cynical, jaded hitman dude.
And I think we're fixing to introduce the sheriff.
Sheriff will be a major player in the series.
Yep. And into the movie.
Yeah.
The Last Stand.
He was kind of the background of the movie. That was tough. We should do a whole one on the movie. The movie was tough getting the all the characters into it from the series.
Cowboy's such a moron.
There's Jason.
Yep.
Cameraman Jason, Chris's cousin Jason.
We're fighting. Knocked his glasses off.
So you hear this music. I would try in the series use the same music for certain like type things. So if it was a fight, I had certain fight music. If it was funny, I had certain music. Trying to repeat. If it was supposed to be dramatic, I had certain music. Oh, the sheriff.
He is.
Jack Rochelle.
Look, we even had that girl back there.
Jack Rochelle, I believe, was a colonel in the Air Force.
Was he?
He retired, I believe so. He retired, then became a lawyer, and then retired as a lawyer.
Yep.
So he has had a pretty cool, interesting life, and now he does acting.
Watch, Cowboy can't find a chair. Watch this. This was funny. I remember y'all were laughing. I remember Chris started laughing when he said sit down, and I couldn't find a chair.
So, yeah, here it comes.
I act like I sit down.
Y'all are terrified of this guy.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all are like completely. y'all were more scared of him than y'all were of Big John.
Yeah. Watch,
Good
Cowboy
Lord.
can't find a chair.
Now, this is the whole opportunists
Yeah.
title comes from this speech here. Balls as big as you. Man, we did push the boundaries of language.
I think so for Fox. But we were on at 10:30 or 10.
Yeah. A little out of focus there on
Yeah.
Brad. We ain't worried about that.
I think Robert was shooting. And I know we're running 2 cameras because Jason came back in and ran this.
Well, I haven't watched these in forever. And there's something called the center axis, where you want characters on the left and the other one on the right. And you kind of leave it that, and so it kind of makes sense to you watching at home. Well,
We were all over the place.
the way we shot this series, it's like all over right, left. There is no center.
Well,
axis.
I'm gonna tell you this. Tarantino said it when they were talking about crossing the line. He went, "I don't care, I shoot," because if you'll watch, he goes all over the place.
Well, yeah, Oliver Stone
does
too. It's got more of a docu feel.
He did a good job, man. Jack's awesome.
Well, he did a good job. It's one of those. Now I look back at the series, I wished I could use some of these actors more than I did.
Oh, of
He's
course.
one of those that we only had 13 episodes, and they're 22 pages apiece of script. You're shooting for how many minutes? Is it 22 minutes?
Yeah, we're shooting
Of,
for 22 minutes.
so these are little short films, and you're trying to make a comedy, drama, action series. Man, this is tough. Could you do this again? This series, the way we did it? We would do it differently, I know, but would you try and shoot 13 episodes of something again? At 22 minutes apiece, for television?
I would if
For no money?
Yeah, for no, not for no money. I would if it was more, if we were in the studio doing a sitcom type deal.
Right.
Like, Married with Children or Cheers or something,
Sure.
where we had the one location. Because being on location, it's just tough because, we get here and we're in 2 hours prior to this setting up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, for every minute of footage you see, there's probably for every minute, another 15 minutes of setup for every minute.
Yeah.
An hour for every.
So to answer your question, to do for TV a 30-minute
The
sitcom,
door was locked, by the way.
To do a 30-minute sitcom, I would only do it if we were in one location.
All right, now this scene got criticism that I got feedback from because of it's a prostitute and he picks her up and like what the heck is this? What kind of world do these people live in? And that kind of goes back to the Grand Theft Auto thing.
Yeah.
Like, the morality of their world is different than like normal morality. So he's taking this dirty blood money.
Yeah, he just took it from the sheriff.
Took it from the sheriff. And the whole deal of him picking up this hooker and giving her all the money in their world is actually kind of a good thing.
Right.
Because he's giving this money to some
Prostitute. He's
some
clearing his
prostitute.
conscience.
Clearing his conscience and getting laid at the same time.
Yeah.
But in their world and their morals and their ethics, that's actually a good thing.
Correct. Totally agree.
That's why this scene is in here. And that's why like the music kind of picks up at the end, almost kind of like bittersweet in a way, bittersweet type of positive music. So that was, to me, this is one of my favorite scenes of the series because that captures the whole feeling of the morals of these guys.
He gives her a roll of money.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it goes back to the whole, I'm a Grand Theft Auto fan. I wanted to make a series with that sort of morality. If you play the games, like everything's skewed.
Yeah.
It's like it's not like good guy beats bad guy. It's always something weird and off and different. So that's the whole point behind this scene.
And I think if you watch and follow the series, you see that he is a caring dude.
Yeah. All right, that's the Opportunist. So,
Well, I thought we had some ending credits on that. We might have cut them off. We might have cut them off for TV or something. They don't tell
We'll
us.
roll them here. I'll find them and I'll just roll them here. But anyway, that's the Opportunists. What do you think of that episode?
I enjoyed it. Like Chris, it's he had to step out, but that was his one of his favorites.
Yeah.
I'm with him. Dead Man's Game is probably one of my favorites.
Bad Ranger coming up at
Bad
10
Ranger.
or 11 is my favorite. But
Yeah.
all right,
Well, let's get ready, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and get ready for episode 6, Booty Call.
Booty Call.
In Oklahoma.